want to go first, pass that in right there?
Yes. This side. Yep. Okay.
See, right here would have been good, but maybe there's not one right here, so we're
Oh, good morning. How are you?
hold that for.
I want to thank you for coming out. Obviously, this is like at the end of April, May of last year, we started our first testing site. We had the first walk-up testing site in the entire state over at Branchbrook Park. And now we're doing vaccinations. We're about 42% of all adults in the city have been vaccinated at least once, at least have had at least one shot. Some parts of the city, more than half of the adults have been vaccinated at least once. And so we're moving. We obviously are not where we want to be, but we're moving. This is the first of our pop-up sites with all of the folks together. We're giving out food. We have a band, DJ. We do everything we can do to get people out here. There's no registration. People can walk up and get vaccinated immediately. When we do our Occupy the Blocks, we've been vaccinating people there as well. People walk up and they get vaccinated there too. And so we're doing everything that we can to make sure that we provide a little equity in terms of making sure that the residents of Newark are able to get access to vaccinations. And I think that as long as we provide them with the access, that they'll get vaccinated. And so this is the first of many like this we'll be doing throughout the summer. That's it. I'll take any questions.
How did you get the word out about today's event and then the previous content sites?
Well, we have a network that we usually use. First, we use obviously the Facebook Live, the communications department, the organizations that we have. The Newark People's Assembly has a network of people, Reverend Roundtree and the clergy through their group as well. So we have a myriad of sources that we're able to tell people that we're doing this. And people come out through Occupy the Block anyway, or Educate the Block. But these events, we're using our network so people can come out.
Specifically too though, like for people who might not have access to the internet, I mean, like, are you guys sending out flyers, or are you like knocking on doors, or are you sending out?
Yes, we're doing all of that. But the best way for our people to be able to know about this is through our networks. Reverend Roundtree and the clergy get the network out through the churches. The People's Assembly has a network of people, and everybody has a phone, so we phone calls, all the other kind of stuff. People's Assembly do our AIDS and the AIDS office, reach out to the community organizations that they're in contact with through district leaders, block associations, all of those folks, we let them know that these are happening. I can't hear you.
Are you targeting certain areas?
Yes, we're targeting very specific areas. As we did with testing, we have data that lets us know the places where people need to be, vaccinated that are behind everybody else. So as I said, there's some parts of the city where more than half of the adults have already been vaccinated at least once. Yeah, well, I mean, absolutely. We've just begun maybe a week or so. So we are getting people in those areas. For example, we were in the South Ward 2 days last week. We got people vaccinated over there. The Weequahic section, or 07112, is probably the lowest part of the city where people have actually been vaccinated.
Mr. Mayor, can you talk about the biggest hurdles that you confront when you're trying to get people to know?
Well, the biggest hurdles right now, and I believe, are just access and apathy towards it. So I think we moved away from complete hesitation to more apathy and lack of access. And that means, like, listen, if I'm already hesitant, I'm not going to catch the bus across town to get a vaccine that I'm really hesitant about. I'm not going to go on a registration and wait in a line at NJIT for an hour in order to get vaccinated. That's just not going to happen, right? So somebody has to come out of their home, whether they know about it or not. If they come out their house, they see what's going on, maybe they'll come over and get vaccinated. Their pastor tells them, the block association leader tells them, The building tenant association leader tells them. All of those things are what we're trying to use to get people to get vaccinated.
What about people who are homebound? How do you
We have a program where we're going to homebound people now. We've been doing that. In fact, that's been pretty successful. We were using Johnson & Johnson. In fact, we were doing that a lot. And then we had the issue with Johnson & Johnson, and now we're starting that back up again. Homebound and residents without addresses, we're going to them and vaccinating them in their home.
Are you doing anything? Because this site closes at 5. So what about for people who have to care for kids?
Educate the block. We're out from 5 to 8 p.m. Yep, we're out from 5 to 8 p.m.
And about how many people are you expecting to show up here today or in the past? Like how many people have shown up to past pop-up sites?
It depends, and occupy the block, educate the block. We've had maybe 20 people get vaccinated here and there. It's 20 more people than that got vaccinated the day before. So we're excited about it, and I think the more we go, the more people get it. And in reality, the only people that's going to make people get vaccinated are their neighbors. All of this celebrities, this person, that person, politicians, your neighbor is going to make you get vaccinated. I see my neighbor getting vaccinated, I'm going to get vaccinated. People that I know personally got vaccinated, they're doing well, I'm going to go get vaccinated. That has worked, as far as I can see, throughout this whole situation where we've been giving out vaccines. In fact, on the live, everybody posts, I just got vaccinated, I just got vaccinated, I just got vaccinated. And that helps other people have the courage to go do it as well. 42%, at least once. At least once. And go ahead.
On Monday, the governor was asked about whether or not he would consider certain incentives, including paying people to help convince them to get vaccinated. I know that you've spoken about this in the past. What are your feelings now?
Well, I mean, personally, I wouldn't do that. I mean, I'm sure, the governor and the folks like that have a reason why they want to do that. But, I just don't want people to believe that we're trying to coax them to take the vaccine. I just want them to understand it's the right thing to do, and I want them to come to the decision on their own. And honestly, I believe the more people get vaccinated, the more people will get vaccinated. That's what I believe. And there's nothing that you can do to make people get vaccinated unless somebody that they know personally and trust gets vaccinated and they see that they're okay, they're going to go do it next. And that's basically what's been happening, right? I would say young people have been the toughest group, to get vaccinated. I would say anywhere between 16 to 35, 36. Those people are not, eager to go get vaccinated. I just had a conversation with a gentleman the other night about him getting vaccinated, and he's in his 30s. They just don't feel the necessity to do it because they feel like they're healthy. And I'm healthy, I can beat it, and I don't need to be vaccinated. If I catch COVID, I'm going to win. And they believe that, right? They might be right. The percentages show that some of that might be right, but at the end of the day, you are in contact with other people, and you might get them sick, and they can't beat it. And that's what I was explaining to the young man.
Is it men or women? Do you have a particular?
I'm not sure. I'm knocked that data down, but I'm not sure what that is.
This site is giving Moderna and Johnson & Johnson, right?
Yeah.
Are they
Yes.
gonna come back here for the second dose?
So they don't have to come back here. They'll set up a time for them to either go to the health department, St. James, or any other place where they're giving out vaccinations at. Unless they're homebound, then we go to them.
Do you have any idea what the numbers of homebound people that you're dealing with?
That's a good question. I don't have those numbers. I can make sure somebody gets them to you though.
What is those numbers?
I said the homebound numbers that we vaccinated so far. I can make sure we get them to you though. 1,100 homeless that we vaccinated already. The last point of time count was about 2,000. Yes. The residents without addresses have been, they've been low in the positivity rate, and they're getting vaccinated. They don't have any hesitancy. Right, so, if there's any more questions, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yep.
Oh, you got nothing but a...
What up, brother?
Nothing but a cat's little toy. You like my run?
She didn't even recognize it as a rhyme. She just said, what was that?
No, she said...
My life was.
Okay, no problem. What night did you have? We have a
Dolor en el cuerpo, Tylenol, solamente Tylenol. No ibuprofen, no.
¿Nombre? María Fabiola Telles. Ok.
Pacientes hoy. Mi nombre es Susana, soy una enfermera.
Come over here. Come over.
Va a recibir Johnson & Johnson. All right. Paciente para 15 minutos. Dolor a la cabeza, fiebre, Tylenol, no motion, nothing. Mucha agua. Okay? Gracias. How are you? My name is Susie. I'm one of the nurses here. You're going to receive the Johnson & Johnson. All right, any question for me? Anything that I can answer for you? Yeah, she's okay. She's okay to receive the vaccine.
If I knew though,
Just relax on me.
if I knew, I would have helped you.
All right. If you feel any fever, headache, take some Tylenol, okay? Soreness, Tylenol, and drink a lot of water. Thanks for coming and trusting us.
Just relax, okay?
Angela.
There you go. Just like all right, hold on. Let me get you a Band-Aid. Hold on. Yes, 110 William Street.